Hey guys, Kenny here. I'm here to review the 1984 science fiction action movie, The Terminator. What I have here is the special edition, and this is a two-sided disc, and this one is the one that has a ton of special features. Two documentaries, I think two trailers, two TV spots, audio commentary, DVD, ROM features, script to screen, and much more. There is another special edition that I wasn't never aware of that's a bare bones, but this is the one that has a ton of features on it. This and basically the story of this is a T800 T800 Model 101 from Cyberdyne Systems is sent back from 2029 to kill Sarah Connor, played by Linda Hamilton, and John Connor in that year also sends back Kyle Reese, played by Michael Biehn, to save her from the Terminator. And the Terminator, obviously played by, starting in this one, Arnold Schwarzenegger. This stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Michael Biehn, Linda Hamilton, Paul Winfield. I think that's Paul Winfield. I think that's Lieutenant Ed Taskler. And then there's this also has Lance Henriksen as Detective Hal Vukovich, and he was originally supposed to be the Terminator, but then Arnold became cast as the Terminator, and I think at first Arnold was originally going to be cast as Kyle Reese, but then he became the Terminator. And God, I've really gotten to love this so much. Starts off with Sarah Connor being sort of a girl who just goes through life trying to being happy, no problems. She goes out to like eating places and dancing places with a friend of hers, a nightclub, and the Terminator ends up. He thinks he finds her by looking in a telephone directory, but he ends up killing the wrong Sarah Connor. So it's Kyle Reese who knows exactly who it is. And then when Sarah's at this nightclub called Tech Noir, the Terminator killed her friend and her boyfriend, and then he hears Sarah leaving a voice message on the recording on tape, because back then that was before digital digital recording, so it was recorded on tape, and he looks in some of her personal things, and then she finds Sarah Connor, and then he knows that Sarah Connor is the one he's looking for. Then Kyle ends up being arrested, and then he's questioned by the psychologist Dr. Silberman, played by Earl Boen. Hell, and he's good in this. I really do like his performance. And the Terminator goes to this little gun selling company Then that's where he starts getting his gun arsenal, and he shoots the arms seller there. He shoots the arms seller there. Carl, and when he meets up with Sarah Connor at the nightclub Technor, and the Terminator has arrived after him, and Kyle shoots the Terminator, and then Kyle and Sarah both escape, and then that's when Kyle starts explaining who he is, who the Terminator is, who her son is, and what this whole war is supposed to be about, and how she's involved with it, and then how her son is going to be involved with it. That is a nuclear holocaust for mankind. There, and at near the end, Kyle is like injured, and then he throws the pipe bomb in the back of this gasoline tank truck that the Terminator is driving, and then it blows up from the back all the way to the front. And as the fire burns, Kyle and Sarah both think he's dead, but obviously not. And then after the burning, he ends up becoming the famous endoskeleton. And then all three of them go into the steel mill with Sarah and Kyle trying to hide from the Terminator. And then Kyle and Sarah are standing at these steps. Kyle turns around, and then that's when he sees the Terminator. And Kyle starts fighting the Terminator. And then I think he puts a pipe bomb in somewhere right here, around its stomach area. Then he falls back and breaks his neck, I think. Then Terminator blows up, and because of that blowing up, Sarah ends up getting some kind of a metal piece of metal, quite large piece of metal stuck in her leg, so she has to yank that out. And she tries to get away, but then she crawls away, and then that's when one half of the Terminator goes after her from the waist up. That's when that part of the Terminator starts crawling after her. And they go under this press thing, and Sarah ends up getting on the other side of it. She puts down this cage thing with the Terminator trying to grab at her, and then she presses that steel press to go down, and then that's when it squishes the Terminator. So no more Terminator in this movie. Then she is pregnant after Kyle and then Kyle was with her in a motel, and then he makes her pregnant that night. And Sarah is traveling to Mexico in this like Jeep, I think. Then this boy takes a picture of her, which ends up being quite important, and she's told that there's a storm coming, and she says, I know, or something. Then she drives off down the road. So, I really do love this. If you haven't already, I would highly appreciate it if you would subscribe over here if you're watching the video by itself, or subscribe down here if you're watching the video on my channel. But this Terminator is so enjoyable. This is really this is more of like a drama more than an action movie, because it's more about Kyle and Sarah trying to get to know each other while evading the Terminator, and they learn about each other. Kyle and Sarah learn about each other. So I highly recommend this if you haven't seen it.